Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I thought I'd just film a sort of day in the life thing. It was quite highly recommended because I put a little question thing on my Instagram story, so make sure to go and follow my Instagram if you want to suggest any video ideas. I'm hoping to post a bit more regularly now. I know that I've been a bit rubbish recently, but with the event season coming up, there's some exciting things there. And I've got a lot of video ideas for heading into the event season, which I think you'll all enjoy too. So this is just a kind of normal day of my life. Obviously a bit boring at the moment because we're still in lockdown, but I'll be riding both Tinker and Vitti and then just showing you what I get up to and the rest of the day. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below any video ideas or anything you'd like to see, and I will try and do those, so enjoy the video. It's currently about 8 o'clock, just past 8, and I'm just heading up to the yard now. It's just over there, and I'm not going to show you and explain loads of the kind of stuff I do at the stables because I'm going to try and film like a morning and evening routine. So I'll just be showing you like little snapshots of what I do. I'll kind of focus mainly more on the riding bit and like other bits like that. So yeah, I'll do a morning and evening routine at some point, but today I'll just kind of speed through all the kind of general tasks I have to do and show you more of what I'm doing today. So yeah, just got up. There's Wes. Vitti is not wanting to show. I'm just gonna put the pink mash on and then just start putting hay gain on and stuff, and then I'm gonna see what else I can do while they're eating. I thought I'd just quickly say that Wiz is currently on antibiotics, so instead of using the normal stirrer that we use on all the others, we just use a separate one so that none of the antibiotics get into any of the other feeds, which is just safer, especially as they're all heading out competing soon. So yeah, we're just using a separate one. While all the eating, I'm going to go and set up my pole work for today. I've decided to do poles on both of them. I was meant to be jumping, but now I've got a jump lesson on Tuesday, I think, and it's currently Sunday. So I'm just going to set up some pole work. I know quite a lot of you wanted me to show you some exercises that I do, and I'm going to set it up now, and then I'll talk you through it and show you what to do. I'll also insert the picture when I've set it up of what it is meant to look like from above, because I follow this amazing Instagram account and I'll link it down below. It has loads of good pole work exercises. It's where I get a lot of my ideas from, so I'll link it down below because it's really helpful, and just they have so many on there, so you won't really ever get bored of doing them. So yeah, I'll just show you when I've set it up and talk you through it. So this is a photo of the pole work exercise that I set up, and you can find more of these exercises on Equine Pole Work. I've linked their Instagram in the description. Okay, so I just finished setting up the pole work exercise. You can kind of see it behind me there. I'm going to talk it through more when I'm actually on the horse because it's a bit easier to explain, just because I can actually show you what I mean. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like from the end. And yeah, I'll try and talk you a bit through it, but I'm going to do it more when I'm actually riding it. So this is what it looks like from this way. It's not straight, don't judge me, I can't tell if things are in a straight line at all. So this is what it looks like. There are just 4 squares. When I insert the picture, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to try and do it. You can see that the 2 squares on either end, so that one right up there and this one here, could actually be raised poles if you want it, but I'm just keeping it more simple. And you'll also see in the picture that you can put some extra poles on each of these corners so that it's kind of like a circle around the outside. But I'm not doing that for 2 reasons. One, I just want to keep it a bit more simple, and 2, I actually don't have enough poles. So if you have enough poles, feel free to add that. I haven't measured like any of the distances, so I have no clue like how many strides would be in between. I've kind of measured the two, like these two with the short poles, just so they can get one stride in between in trot. But yeah, I'm going to explain a bit more how you can do it on the actual horse, because you can see all the different lines you can do. But yeah, here is the pole exercise I'm going to do on Tinker and Vitti today. I've just got back up to the yard, and I thought I'd actually just give you a quick life update on each of the horses, as quite a lot has changed since I last filmed a video on here. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably haven't met Vitti yet, so I thought I would just go to each stable and just talk you through what's been happening with each horse. I've just put Tinker in the wood chip because I'm going to ride her this afternoon, but I can't put her out until I've ridden Vitti, so she's just gone out there so I can muck out and get her stable ready for later, and she's quite happy there. Okay, so I thought I'd just give you a quick update on Tinks. She has been going really well, just over lockdown, just keeping her ticking over. But about 2 weeks ago now, she just started to not be quite herself, like quite spooky, and Tinker's never spooky. And then I had a dressage lesson, and she just like was so flat and horrible. So my instructor told me to get some bloods done for her. So we did, and they came back that she had really low white blood cells and kind of low red blood cells. Not as bad though. We thought originally it was red blood cells, but it was actually low white blood cells. So she's had 2 weeks holiday, like completely no riding whatsoever. And she's been on a supplement which I'll show you later. It's called Hemolytin. It's basically an iron supplement. So she is back and feeling good now. So I've got my first event on the 6th of April, I think. I think it's the 6th of April. So I'm just getting her back ready and fit for that now. Because she was really fit before she went off anyway, so I don't have to build up too much. So yeah, that is basically what's been happening with Tinker over lockdown. It's currently about 5 to 9ish, and I've got to wait until about 10 for my dad to come and film me riding. So I'm just starting the mucky out. I've got Tinker stable here, and then obviously I've got to do Wiz and Vitti and do all of that, and I've got some other chores to do, so I will just start mucking out. So I'm just about to start on Wizard's stable. I've done Tinker's. Wizard, if you don't know, is on box rest at the moment. He's re-injured his collateral ligament. I've just tied him up in here. He's quite full of it today. I literally just led him out and he's leaping around and being very excitable. He's literally finished his, so he's got 2 months of like proper box rest, and then 4 months of box rest with hand walking. So he's just basically on Thursday, it's Sunday today, on Thursday he's going back into the vet to get a reassessment. So hopefully they can give us the all clear to start in hand walking him, which he definitely needs, as he is full of it at the moment. So I just had to tie him up in here while I muck out, and then obviously I'll put him back in afterwards. But yeah, he's calmed down a bit now, but he is still quite full of himself. So I've mucked out 2 stables and I have 1 to go, and then I'm going to do the fees and things. It's still only like 9:30, so I have to wait for my dad to be ready. So I'll just try and do a few jobs that need to be done. So many. I need to do like clean their water, drink like their drinkers out, and do some other bits. So yeah. Okay, just finished the last stable, that's all done. So now I've got to clean out all their water drinkers, because they get quite gross. You can't really see because of the reflection, but we normally clean them out about twice a week. So I'm going to do that in all 3 of mine, and then I will start getting Vitti ready to be ridden probably. I thought I'd quickly introduce you all to Vitti, because if you don't follow me on Instagram you won't know who he is. So this is Vitti. He is a 15-2 Irish sports horse, cross thoroughbred, and he is on lease actually, which is really nice. He's previously gone up to 3-star and is quite a big character on the ground. I've had him for about 6 months now, and obviously because of COVID and everything, I haven't been able to do as much as I'd like to. But before like this last lockdown, I managed to get him out to just like a training event at Aston Rules and he went double clear. And I've done lots of show jumping and loads of combined training competitions, which is really great. This year I'm hoping just to get him out eventing. I'm starting out at 100 and just doing some unaffiliated, as he is quite different to any of the horses I've ridden, as he's quite strong. And just like, yeah, very different. So just doing 2 unaffiliateds first, and then I'll start out at PE again, just at 100, and then hopefully move up to novice and just see what happens. But yeah, he's really sweet, and I'm having lots of fun getting to know him. He, as you can see, he loves carrots. Anyway, I can get his attention. But yeah, I thought I'd just introduce you to him, and you'll see him being ridden if you go and follow me on Instagram. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do the horse's water drinkers, and then I will start getting him ready to ride. I haven't shown you properly what they eat in this video because I'm going to dedicate a whole video to it, as I'm now an ambassador for Spillers, and as part of that I get a nutritionalist to come out and they weigh them and like advise me on what to feed them. So I thought I'd make that into a whole video and obviously let you guys know what they eat then. Right, I've just finished brushing Vitti and picking out his feet and putting hoof oil on and stuff. So I'm going to go get his tack ready and then go down. I'm just heading down to the arena with Vitti now. I'm going to do like my warm up and stuff, and then I will show you the pole exercises and all the different things you can do with it, and just like, yeah, basically tell you about them. But hopefully he's good, and I will catch up with you in a second. So I'm actually going to do a voiceover to explain the pole work exercises, as it was so windy and I didn't think you'd be able to hear me very well. So here are some videos of me just warming Vitti up, ready for the session. I've started doing lots of long and low with him to begin with, as it's actually really beneficial for him. He's really starting to use his back now, so I need to make sure it's all warmed up and stretched. He was quite full of it today, as he had a day off yesterday, and he hasn't been out in the field for a few days due to the bad weather, so he was quite excitable. So it took me a while to get him really stretching, but you can see here he's really starting to let go and stretch down, which was really nice. I'm still working on it a lot, like he can definitely get lower. You'll see in the videos of Tinker later, she's much more established at it, but Vitti is getting so much better with it and I'm really happy. In the canter you can again see he's gone a bit shorter in the neck, but he is getting so much better and so much more relaxed, and I'm really happy with how he is going. As you can see, I start the pole session by just walking him through them on a long rein. He can be a bit looky and spooky at poles on the ground, which is a bit weird, but I just let him walk through and he was actually really good. It was good to let him just sort his feet out and understand what he was doing in the session. I then kind of shortened my reins up a bit and I let him trot through. You can see as he goes over this next square, he kind of is sorting his feet out, which is really good and exactly what I want him. I haven't got him properly round, as he does struggle over poles to stay really round, but he was really good in this session. I was really happy. I then gave him a canter through, and as you can see I stand up off his back just to let him really use it and just sort his legs out, and it actually was on a really nice striding. I come off the other rein and just get off his back again and keeping his head down as much as I can, and he popped through that. I then really collected him and actually sat on the saddle, and this was probably the nicest he's gone through it. It's really nice. You can see he's really holding himself up. I then tried to do a few walk transitions. He got quite strong in this bit as it's only his dressage bit. I was really happy with the upward transitions as we've been working on those. Downward transitions are still a bit messy, as you can see in these next videos. But this is actually a really good way because you can really get them to sit up over the poles. And he definitely got better as it went on. You could alter this as well and maybe canter through and then trot and then canter again. He wasn't quite ready for this. In one of these videos I halt in the middle. Like, you could do loads of things. You could trot through and halt in each square, or you could walk through and then trot the middle and then walk again. And you can really play around with it, which is so nice. He did a really nice halt here, so I was really happy, and then I just walked him on. But yeah, it's a really good exercise just to play around with and see. I then just trotted through again, and you can see he started to listen to me there and actually woed in the first square, which I was really pleased with, as he was like getting the exercise a bit more. So I was really happy with that, and he actually started to shorten his stride too, which was really nice, instead of just like launching over them. I then started to do the serpentine exercise, which again he found quite hard, as it's quite a lot to focus on, having to stay round, do nice bending around the serpentine and use the poles. I was quite nice here because he actually really shortened his stride, because you can see in the first few videos he liked to take a stride out in between. but I was really happy with how he went through these, as he has gotten so much better. And this time he was a bit more confident. As you can see, he doesn't chip in as many strides in between, he just does the 2, which I'm really happy with. Again, he could be a bit rounder, but I'm really happy because when I first started riding him over poles, he just wanted to hollow. But yeah, he was really good at this. You can do this in canter, you could change legs if your horses can do flying changes and stuff. It's a good one to play around with. And then the last exercise I just did a circle. This is what I was saying earlier. If you have extra poles, you can put a pole in each corner of that orange square and do a proper circle over it. You can make those poles, the skinny poles, into canter poles if you wanted to, and canter the circle, but it's completely up to you. Really good exercise again. If you wanted to, you can make the circle bigger and just put the squares like more spread out, and then you'd have a bigger circle. But it was good for him because he does struggle a bit on the smaller circles, and just keeping him nice and round while I did it. I was actually really happy how he worked over this exercise, as to begin with, you'll see over these next poles, he kind of hops over them. Right there, you can see he kind of chips in and then pops over it. But as the session went on and I did more circles, he started to go really nicely over them, and would actually shorten his stride on his own. Again, as I said before, there are things I can work on. I could get him bending a bit nice around the circle. I could get him a bit straighter, and as you can see, he's still kind of fighting the contact a bit, but I can't really complain as he did do it all so nicely, and I was really pleased with him. He is definitely getting a lot more supple and is just going in a nicer frame now that we've got used to each other and kind of understand each other's way of going a bit more. This would even work if you put some raised poles. As I said before, you can raise the squares, but you could raise the ones in between if you wanted to. You can just really play around with it. It's a really great exercise. I really recommend people try it and tag me in their stories if they do. I've just finished doing all the poles on Vitti, as you just saw from all those videos. He was really good. I'm really happy with him, as he does find staying round over poles quite tricky, as he likes to hollow in his back over them. So he did find that quite hard, and like as you can see, it wasn't perfect, and like he made some mistakes, but at the end of the day he went really well and has definitely improved over poles since I've got him. I've been doing lots of pole work with him, just trying to get him a bit deeper and rounder over them, but he was really good. It was a really good exercise actually, because he is really careful with his feet as it is. Like, he's a very good jumper, and these poles aren't like, I haven't walked the distances, so they're quite random setup, and with those squares, like, they're random. They don't have a set amount of strides, so it was actually really good for him to have to think about where his feet were going to. I think it'll be really good. I'm doing it on Tinker later because she's great over poles, so it'll be great for her to have to think where her feet are. But I'm just walking him off now, and then I'm gonna go head up and untack him and put him and Tinker out in the field. While Vitti's cooling off, I've just been doing their work week for next week. So I've got a flat lesson, jump lesson, they're going to the water treadmill, they're off, and then we're taking them, me and Georgia I think are taking them on like quite a long hack where you can literally canter loads of it, so that'll be good for their fitness. And then I'm gonna lunge them, and then Sunday off, and Vitti is literally exactly the same. I just like to make sure they have a nice varied week, and having this board just helps me keep everything planned and make sure that I actually have variation in it rather than just being in the school. I'm currently leading Tinker and Vitti out to the field. They haven't been out for a few days due to the horrible weather that we've had, but it's finally dried up now so they can both go out. So I think Tinker especially might be quite happy. And then all I've got to do is just finish up some of the chores at the yard, and then I'll come up later and get Tinks ready and do those poles. Just put them both out, they're very happy, and just put their heads down straight away. So I'm going to leave them now, and then I'll come get them in about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'm just heading down to the house now. It's about 11:10, so I'm going to go get some lunch in a minute. But ponies are out, as you can see, loving life. I've just given the yard a quick tidy, and I just cleaned their drinkers out, as I didn't have time to do that before I rode. But I didn't want to bore you all with that, so I'll be back up later and I will do that pole exercise on Tinker. Okay, I've just got back up to the yard. It's about 3 o'clock. I'm just going to go grab Tink and Vitti in. I just put the hay gain on because we need to do 3 bales today so that I can steam while I'm riding, so I don't have to wait for ages. But yeah, I'm going to go grab them in now, and then I'm going to get Tinker ready to do the poles. Just got Tinker and Vitti in. Quite an interesting experience, let's say, in the wind, but they've both calmed down a bit now, so I've just shoved Vitti in there, and I'm going to sort him out after I've ridden Tinks. But yeah, I'm just gonna get Tinks ready. She doesn't look too dirty, luckily. So I'm just gonna give her a quick brush and then I'll tack her up and go down. I've just finished giving Tinks a brush, picked out her feet and done her hoof oil and stuff, so I'm gonna start tacking up now and then just wander down. Just walking Tinker down to the arena now. I was actually thinking about this. I'm going to try and do some different exercises with those poles that I didn't do on Vitti, just to give you guys a bit of variation, but I'll probably do some of the same. But yeah, hopefully she goes well. It's her first time in the school in 2 weeks, so I think she might be a bit fresh, but yeah, hopefully she'll be a good girl. So here are the videos of Tinker doing her pole work today. I started off again with lots of long and low, especially because it was her first time back in the arena for a few weeks. She actually came back really nicely. She was quite spooky to begin with. I didn't get any of it on videos. My dad didn't get up there yet, but she settled quite quickly and went really nicely. I would like her a bit lower ideally, but it was her first session, so I didn't mind too much. Then I picked up canter, and again, she just stayed nice and low. I mean, again, she could go deeper, but she was going really nicely, and she was starting to relax a lot more. And I was just giving her a gentle session. It wasn't like Vitti's was more intense than hers. I didn't mind as much if she was a bit less round and things like that. So I just gave her a nice canter on both reins, and here you can see again she's just starting to relax a bit more. And she's got a nice big canter stride, which is something we were working on before she went on holiday, because she can go quite short sometimes. And you'll see her being quite short to begin with in the when I canter her through the poles, because you can really tell the difference between Vitti's stride and her stride, and if you compare the videos, because he found the distances a lot easier than she did. But as we went on, she definitely got a lot better. So here I am just tossing over the pole. She did this actually so nicely. She just popped through them, which is really nice. She's really even. She's really good. She kind of just stays round and keeps quite a regular rhythm into the poles, which is nice. And then I picked up canter, and this is how not to do it. And you'll hear my dad, some lovely commentary from my dad here, because I really messed up. Anyway, I came through again, and as you can see, I got her going forward, and I didn't have hers round and just got her going forward, because that's what she struggles with. And I kind of forgot that, because I hadn't ridden her, and I'd done Vitti first, and he's got such a big stride. But here I collected her a bit more, and she went through them really nicely. And then this is a different exercise. I didn't do this on Vitti, so I started circling on the 2 end squares, so it's kind of like a 20-meter circle, and then I'd bring her into the middle square and do the 2 together, so it's almost like a 10-meter circle. And it was really good because it got her thinking and turning. She is really good. She used to do a flying change, just seeing if I could still do those. She is really good at just turning. She keeps her shoulders work quite well. I'm still working with Vitti on not letting his shoulders fall out around corners and things, but she did this really nicely. You can see I went a bit wide here, which is a bit annoying, but she went really nicely and got a lot softer and more responsive. Again, I did a flying change here just to mix it up. I just did a short session with her. And I focused more on the canter actually than I did with Vitti. So I've got some different exercises to show you there. But as you can see, she was really good. She was quite full of herself and fresh, but that's good, because before she went off, she was so flat and really, I had to really kick her to get her going, which is just not like her. So it was really nice to have her back and excited to be back in work, basically. So I'm just cooling her off now, and it's quite good timing because it's literally just started to rain. And then I've just got to put the others to bed, and then that is it. Just finished brushing Vitt, and I've put his rugs on for the night, and now he's waiting for his dinner. He's very hungry. The horses are currently eating their feeds. I've just got to mark the ones out, but I just do it while he's eating in his stable. And then I've just got to clean my tack, and then I'm done for the day. So quickly do him. I've already filled up his hay net, but he's pretty easy in the afternoon to muck out because he's pretty clean. I've just finished cleaning Vitti and Tinker's tack, and just need to put the saddle cover on, and then I just need to get all their feed bowls and wash them out, and then make sure they're warm enough and then put them to bed. I've just finished collecting all the feed bowls and putting their like night rags on and making sure they're warm, so I'm all done for the day. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below what you'd like to see more of, and make sure you follow me on my Instagram down below. As I said, a lot more exciting videos are going to be coming soon, event vlogs and preparing for the event season and things, so I will try and keep my uploading more regular now. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.